What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a bit of a different video, kind of a harm reduction, advice, beginner tips video. So, hope you guys do enjoy. Drop a like if you do. Before I dive into that, I do want to say real quick, sellout moment, baby. If you don't want to hear this, Time to Skip 2 is on the screen. Download Dosh, a link is in the description if you guys want to get a free $10, as well as give me a free $10 just by downloading the app and linking an eligible debit card. Won't charge you any money, it costs absolutely nothing. And in fact, you'll actually make money from the app. It's a cashback app, so whenever you use your card for daily purchases like CVS, Walgreens, there's a lot of corner store deals, and I've even seen some for 7-Elevens and stuff. It'll give you a percentage of cash back on every transaction that you make at eligible stores with your card. So you'll be making money passively, nothing required, takes up a tiny amount of space on your phone, and that's it. And you get a free $10 for signing up. Link's in the description. You have to go through that link and make sure that you link your card to get your $10. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. So, I get a shit ton of messages and DMs on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter asking me, oh, Goblin, I'm X age, should I try Molly? You know, and Molly seems to be one of the most common ones that I get. It's either Molly or acid every time. So I figured I would make a kind of definitive video so I could stop getting these questions because, man, oh man, let me tell you, I am not the guy to go to give advice to a 14-year-old on whether or not he should do drugs, all right? I don't think anyone should be giving that advice, but if, you know, if they're going to do it either way, you might as well get some information. You know, I'm not trying to encourage people to try Molly with this video. I'm just saying if you're going to do it, here's some tips, right? So first and foremost, you're going to want to stay hydrated, my gamers. Now, listen here, okay? When you're rolling balls, typically you're at a concert environment. I view Molly as there's kind of two ways you could do it. You either do it at an event like Lala or EDC or some sort of big show, or you take it just to hang out with a group of friends and have fun, you know? And especially if you're taking it in a kind of concert or event scenario, you're going to want to make sure you stay hydrated. So do a little pre-planning here. Bring a couple bottles of water, bring a lot of water if you can, and just make sure that you're kind of forcing yourself to drink because your brain isn't necessarily going to be in natural instinct survival mode when you're rolling balls, right? You're not going to be thinking like, damn, man, I really got to stay hydrated right now. You know, you're not just going to be passively drinking water like you would normally. You're going to be focused on some different things. So you're going to have to make sure to keep in mind to stay hydrated because it raises your body temperature and your heart rate, and you don't want to overheat at an event because that just sucks. That shit's lame, you know, and that happens to a lot of people. The second thing on this list is bring a pack of gum with you or something to chew on, but gum's probably your best bet. Now, when you're rolling on some real shit, you're going to clench your jaw whether you realize it or not, right? Sometimes your teeth will chatter, sometimes they won't, sometimes you'll just clench your jaw really hard and not really notice it. And it's not a huge deal while you're rolling because you don't really feel it and you don't notice it. However, it becomes a big deal the next day when your mouth hurts like shit and you feel like you actually just took Mandingo's dick in your mouth, right? It's going to hurt and you're going to not have fun the next day. And the day after of Molly is already shitty enough. You don't want to have to deal with jaw problems on top of it. So always chew on some gum while you're rolling balls. Bring some good tasting gum. I'd say stay away from the minty stuff. Get like a nice fruity flavor just because I feel like it kind of goes with rolling. And you'll be solid in the jaw department as long as you got that. The next thing on the list here is make a playlist, right? And try to branch out a little bit. Music is a massive part of the rolling experience, in my opinion, right? I feel that no roll is truly a roll without listening to some good music. And you know, I've personally found that I actually like to stray away from my typical rap genre preference and listen to other genres when I'm rolling. You know, EDM in particular is really good. So if you see a song that, you know, you even are remotely curious in, add it to a playlist. You know, if you know you're going to be rolling tomorrow or the next day or something, hop on SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever you use, get your shit done, right? Set up a little playlist for yourself. And while you're rolling, chances are you're going to like every song on that playlist. It's really hard to dislike a song while you're rolling balls, right? It's more just how much you like it. And yeah, songs with a good rhythm or like heavy bass to it are really going to hit you hard. You want to make sure you find a lot of songs with heavy bass to them. And believe me, it's going to be good with any genre. The next thing on this list here is you're going to want weed for the day after. And debatably, excuse me, sometimes for the roll. You know, although you're not going to feel it very much while you're rolling, it's going to be kind of a waste of weed. But the day after is going to suck, right? The day after is going to be a down day, pretty much no matter what you do all day. And it's gonna feel like one of those rainy days stuck inside where you can't go out with your friends back when you were like 5 years old. It's going to feel like one of those days, you know, back before we all had the fancy Xboxes and shit. Although some of you youngins out there may have never faced those fears, faced those days. But I remember those days when I was a little kid. I didn't have a gaming system. I just had to go outside with my friends, and that sucked. But yeah, you're going to want to make sure that you got a little bit of weed or something to keep you occupied the next day. I found that weed works perfectly because I'm already in a down mood, and it just kind of plays well into that mood. The day after on Molly always sucks. Always, every time. There is never a day after on Molly where you're going to wake up and be like, wow, this is awesome. I love this day. What a phenomenal day ahead of me. That's not going to happen. Believe me. The next thing on this list here is make sure that you buy a test kit, right? I personally never used a test kit because I was a reckless idiot, and I wish I did because chances are I've probably accidentally done meth at some point in my life. However, I can't make a video about it because I never intentionally did meth, so it doesn't count. But nevertheless, you want to make sure that you use a test kit, especially with Molly, because this is a substance that's really commonly cut, right? If you're buying it off your plug, chances are it's going to be already capped up, ready to go, just ready for you to pop it. And you never know what it's being cut with. There's a million different things you can cut Molly with, because once it's capped up and kind of ground up into a semi-powdery, if not just completely powdery substance, you know, when it's kind of crushed down, it's really hard to distinguish what it looks like legitimately. If it's not rocked up, and even if it is rocked up, it still can't be cut. Just because, you know, your plug hands you like a little crystal in a cap doesn't mean you shouldn't test it, right? Always be on the safe side, because the things that people cut Molly with are not good. You know, meth is a very common one. So you want to make sure that you're not doing meth, because that's pretty fucked. And the next thing on this list is you're going to want to be in a social environment. You're going to want to be with some friends, right? Whether it's just a group of homies all trying to chill out and roll and listen to some music, or you're at a party, or you're at an event or a concert or something, you're going to want to make sure that you're in a social environment. Molly is not an antisocial substance, right? I've done it alone. I have. However, every time I've done it alone, I'd always think, man, this would be better if I had some friends over, you know, and I'd probably end up going out with friends one way or another during the night. So you want to make sure that you have a group of homies with you, you know, whether they're rolling or not, that's not the point, you know. Molly makes you really outgoing and makes you love the people around you, and it makes you just want to talk, you know. I found that pretty much whenever I'm rolling, I just want to conversate with people, you know, no matter what bullshit we're spewing or talking about. I'm just trying to chat it up, you know. So you're going to want to make sure you have some sort of social environment, especially if it's your first time, because you really want to maximize your experience and get the best of it, because this isn't something you can do or are supposed to do very often. So you got to make your first time the best it can be. The last and final thing on this list here is you're going to want to make sure you bring either birth control or a condom, all right? And here's why I say this. I had a buddy of mine who he met some chick while he was rolling. He was at a party, and you know, they got to know each other a little bit. They fucked around that night, because when you're rolling, I mean, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend out there and you're going to be rolling for the first time, you're going to want to have sex during that, right? Don't ask me why, just know that you're going to want to have sex while you're rolling, right? And you got to make sure you wrap it up, keep it protected, because he was telling me a story about how when he actually fucked this girl, he didn't pull out because he was rolling balls. He didn't even think about it. You know, he's just like, it felt too good, bro. I didn't pull out. Luckily, he got it taken care of, didn't end up having a kid. But nevertheless, still a little frightening when you nut in a chick and you don't know if she's on birth control or not. That's not good. Or vice versa. If you get nutted in and you just completely forget about it, you know, that's kind of fucked. So make sure, I mean, I guess if you're gay, this doesn't really count. But like if you're not gay, then bring a condom or some birth control, right? If you're gay, then just fuck away, dude. Doesn't matter. But either way, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, and also, let me know if you guys want to see any more videos like this. Maybe some beginners tips and tricks on the channel. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Peace.